9 hours of work, 0 results, you're making the same mistake as 90% of workers. But if you change how you manage your time with the 3-3-3 rule, your productivity will explode in less than a week. The 3-3-3 rule is a simple yet powerful productivity framework designed to help people regain focus, clarity, and balance in a world that constantly demands their attention. At its core, the rule divides your day into 3 main blocks of 3 hours each block serving a distinct purpose. This method was born out of the growing realization that multitasking and unstructured work habits drain energy and scatter focus. By introducing a structured yet flexible schedule, the 3-3-3 rule empowers you to take control of your time rather than being controlled by it. The first step in understanding this principle is to recognize the common productivity traps we all fall into. Many people start their day with small, low-priority tasks, such as checking emails, responding to messages, or attending meetings that could easily have been postponed. By the time they reach their truly meaningful work, their energy and creativity are already depleted. The 3-3-3 rule reverses this pattern by forcing you to define clear boundaries for different types of work. It encourages a proactive mindset. You design your day intentionally rather than reacting to whatever comes your way. Implementing this rule begins with creating a daily plan that outlines your 3-3-3 structure. The first 3 hours are dedicated to your most important and mentally demanding tasks. These are the goals that align with your long-term vision and create real progress in your career, studies, or personal projects. The next 3 hours are spent on tasks that are less intense but still necessary, those that support your main work or help maintain momentum. The final 3 hours are reserved for maintenance, physical health, learning, personal growth, or small routines that keep your life running smoothly. By following this rhythm, you not only achieve more but also maintain a sustainable work-life balance. The beauty of the 3-3-3 method lies in its flexibility. It doesn't require you to follow strict clock times. Instead, it's about the intentional allocation of focus. Some people may prefer working in shorter bursts with breaks in between, while others may work best in long, uninterrupted sessions. The key is to structure your day around meaningful focus blocks that respect your energy cycles. When applied consistently, the rule helps you develop stronger discipline, better time awareness, and a deeper connection to your personal goals. Psychologically, this approach also reduces decision fatigue. Knowing exactly how your day is divided eliminates the stress of constant planning or guilt over what to do next. It creates a simple, repeatable pattern that your mind can adapt to easily. Over time, this routine strengthens your sense of control and satisfaction. You'll find that your productivity no longer depends on motivation alone. It becomes a habit. The clarity of the 3-3-3 framework ensures that you don't just stay busy, but actually move closer to your goals each day. Ultimately, the 3-3-3 rule is not just a time management system. It's a mindset shift. It teaches you to value focus over activity, depth over speed, and balance over exhaustion. In a world where distractions are endless and burnout is common, this method offers a path back to meaningful, deliberate work. It's about doing less but doing it better. When practiced consistently, the 3-3-3 rule transforms not only how you work, but also how you live, turning each day into a purposeful and productive journey. The first 3 in the 3-3-3 rule focuses on dedicating 3 hours of your day to the most important work, the tasks that truly move the needle in your life or career. These are the activities that align directly with your long-term goals and have the greatest impact on your personal or professional growth. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get lost in a sea of minor tasks, notifications, and meetings that feel urgent but are not truly important. The essence of this section is to reclaim your focus and reserve your highest quality time and energy for what truly matters. The key to success with this first block lies in clarity. Before you even begin your day, you must identify your most important task, the one thing that, if completed, will make the biggest difference. This could be writing a critical report, preparing a major presentation, working on a creative project, or developing a new product. Once you've chosen it, commit to spending a full 3 hours on it without distractions. This is not just about working hard. It's about working deeply. During this period, you enter what psychologists call a flow state, where time seems to disappear, and your concentration reaches its peak. Creating the right environment for these 3 hours is crucial. You must eliminate distractions ruthlessly, silence notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and communicate to others that this is your focused work period. Many successful people schedule this block early in the day, when their energy levels are highest and their mind is clear. Morning hours are often the best for deep work because your willpower is still strong and decision fatigue hasn't set in yet. However, the exact timing can be adjusted to fit your natural rhythm. The important part is that you protect these 3 hours as sacred time. Another important element is the mindset you bring into these sessions. Instead of measuring productivity by how long you sit at your desk, measure it by how deeply you engage with your work. Focus on progress, not perfection. You don't need to finish an entire project within 3 hours. You just need to make meaningful advancement. Break down large goals into manageable parts and tackle them step by step. Over time, this consistent progress compounds, and you'll find that big achievements become much more attainable. The benefits of dedicating 3 hours to your most important work are profound. You'll begin to feel a greater sense of accomplishment each day because you're working with intention rather than reacting to distractions. It also boosts your confidence and momentum. When you consistently make progress on what truly matters, you reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed. This daily commitment gradually rewires your brain to focus on what's essential, helping you overcome procrastination and perfectionism. Ultimately, these 3 hours represent your highest value as a professional or creator. They are your time to produce, innovate, and think strategically. Everything else in your day, meetings, messages, maintenance, should be built around this core block of deep, meaningful work. When you treat these hours as non-negotiable, you send a clear message to yourself and to others. Your most important goals deserve your best effort and undivided attention. Protect them fiercely, and you'll find that this single habit can transform your productivity, creativity, and overall sense of purpose. The second 3 in the 3-3-3 rule is devoted to the kinds of tasks that keep your professional life organized but don't require deep concentration, the less demanding, routine or administrative work that still needs to get done. This 3-hour block helps you stay efficient without allowing small, repetitive tasks to overrun your entire day. It's about creating a balance between the high-focus work of the morning and the lighter, supportive activities that maintain momentum. In most jobs, there's a constant flow of tasks that aren't necessarily creative or strategic, but are essential for keeping things running smoothly. Replying to emails, scheduling meetings, updating documents, processing data, or checking reports. These tasks can easily pile up if not managed wisely. The danger is that without clear boundaries, such low-impact tasks expand to fill your entire day, leaving no room for deep, meaningful progress. That's why the 3-3-3 rule assigns a specific time frame for them. 3 hours, no more, no less. During this block, the goal is efficiency, not perfection. You don't need to obsess over details or craft the perfect email. You simply need to complete tasks quickly and effectively. One of the best strategies to apply here is task batching, which means grouping similar activities together. For example, handle all your emails in one batch, make all your phone calls in another, and do all your administrative entries at once. This reduces mental switching costs and saves valuable energy. The human brain is not wired to constantly jump between different types of work. Every time you switch, you lose focus and time. Batching allows you to maintain flow even with less creative work. Another useful method is the Pomodoro technique, where you work in focused 25-minute intervals followed by short breaks. This can make routine work less monotonous and help prevent fatigue. It also encourages a sense of progress. Each Pomodoro completed gives you a small win that keeps you motivated throughout the block. You can also turn these tasks into small challenges, see how many you can finish within a set time, or reward yourself after completing a difficult batch. Mindset is again crucial in this section. Many people underestimate the value of this mid-level work, viewing it as a distraction from real productivity. However, these smaller tasks often act as the glue that holds your day together. When done efficiently, they keep your projects organized, your team aligned, and your communication clear. The key is to prevent them from spilling into the time meant for creative or restorative work. By limiting them to their own 3-hour window, you maintain control over your schedule instead of being controlled by constant demands. An added benefit of structuring your day this way is mental rhythm. After a few hours of deep, demanding work, your mind naturally needs a change of pace. Shifting to lighter, more procedural tasks can provide that necessary mental break while still allowing you to stay productive. This rhythm prevents burnout while keeping your sense of accomplishment intact. You're still moving forward, just at a different level of intensity. Ultimately, this second block is about discipline and boundaries. It's where you manage the operational side of your day efficiently, so it doesn't interfere with your most creative or meaningful work. When you stick to this 3-hour framework, you'll notice that small tasks stop feeling endless and start fitting neatly into your workflow. You'll no longer end the day feeling busy, but unproductive. Instead, you'll have a clear structure that balances intensity with efficiency. It's this balance that turns chaos into consistency and makes long-term productivity sustainable. The third and final 3 in the 3-3-3 rule is dedicated to what many people overlook entirely: the 3 hours for daily maintenance. This is the time you invest in yourself, your health, your learning, your relationships, and your mental well-being. It's not about taking a break from work. It's about creating the balance that allows you to sustain high performance over the long term. Too often, people chase productivity at the cost of exhaustion, believing that rest or self-care is a luxury. But in reality, it's the foundation of lasting success. Without maintenance, your energy, creativity, and motivation eventually collapse. Daily maintenance can take many forms. It might mean physical exercise, going for a run, hitting the gym, or simply stretching and walking outdoors. It could be intellectual, reading, listening to a podcast, or learning a new skill that sharpens your mind. It can also be emotional or relational, spending time with family, enjoying dinner with friends, or engaging in meaningful conversation. Whatever form it takes, this time is about recharging rather than depleting yourself. It's a deliberate act of renewal that ensures the other 6 hours of your day, your work hours, continue to be productive and meaningful. The power of this third block lies in its intentionality. Too many people treat rest as something they get around to after finishing work, but by then, they're often too drained to do anything restorative. The 3-3-3 rule flips this mindset by giving maintenance its rightful place as a non-negotiable part of your daily structure. It acknowledges that you are not a machine designed to run endlessly. You're a human being whose mind and body need care and replenishment. By dedicating 3 hours to this purpose, you're not wasting time. You're preserving your capacity to keep performing at your best. What you do during this time doesn't have to be rigid or uniform. For some, it may involve meditation or journaling to reflect on the day. For others, it may include cooking a healthy meal, practicing a hobby, or enjoying quiet solitude. The goal is not to fill this block with yet another checklist, but to engage in activities that restore your balance and bring you genuine joy or peace. Consistency matters more than intensity. Doing something small each day has a far greater impact than burning out after occasional bursts of self-care. This period is also where personal growth thrives. By dedicating part of your maintenance time to learning, you compound your long-term potential. Reading for just 30 minutes a day, for example, can transform your perspective over time. Investing in relationships during this block strengthens your emotional resilience and support network, both of which are essential when facing challenges in your career or life. In essence, these 3 hours help you build a stronger, more stable version of yourself. Finally, this part of the rule is about sustainability. True productivity isn't about squeezing every drop of effort out of yourself until you're empty. It's about maintaining a rhythm that you can keep for months or years. The 3-3-3 structure naturally builds this rhythm. Work, manage, restore. It gives your days a pulse, balancing action and recovery. Over time, this balance doesn't just make you more productive, it makes you more fulfilled. You'll find yourself not only achieving more, but also enjoying the process far more deeply. That's the ultimate goal of the 3-3-3 rule. Not just to work efficiently, but to live meaningfully. When you consistently apply the 3-3-3 rule, the benefits extend far beyond mere productivity. It reshapes the way you experience time, focus, and fulfillment. The final piece of this method is understanding its rewards. Why such a simple framework can make such a profound difference in both your personal and professional life. It's not just about working smarter. It's about transforming your relationship with work itself. The 3-3-3 rule isn't a rigid schedule. It's a rhythm for sustainable success. The first and most obvious benefit is enhanced focus and efficiency. By clearly dividing your day into 3 distinct categories, deep work, routine work, and maintenance, you remove the confusion and chaos that often dominate unstructured days. You no longer waste time deciding what to do next or juggling multiple priorities at once. Each block has a clear purpose, and that clarity gives your mind permission to fully engage. Over time, this structure strengthens your ability to concentrate and reduces the mental friction that comes from constant multitasking. A second benefit is reduced stress and overwhelm. Many people feel perpetually busy yet strangely unproductive because they scatter their attention across too many small tasks. The 3-3-3 rule simplifies your day, teaching you that not everything needs to be done immediately. When you dedicate specific hours to specific kinds of work, you stop carrying the weight of a never-ending to-do list. You know that there's a time set aside for everything that matters, and that peace of mind creates mental space for creativity and calm. This structure allows you to breathe, think, and act with intention rather than panic. Another profound advantage lies in creating balance and sustainability. Unlike other productivity systems that push for maximum output, the 3-3-3 rule recognizes the human need for restoration. Those final 3 hours of maintenance are what prevent burnout. They help you recharge, reconnect, and reflect. Without that element, even the most disciplined person eventually hits a wall. But with balance built into your day, you can sustain high performance over months and years, not just days or weeks. You learn that rest isn't a reward for productivity. It's part of it. Over time, the 3-3-3 rule also fosters personal growth and self-discipline. At first, sticking to these blocks may feel unnatural, especially if you're used to reacting to whatever comes your way. But as you practice it daily, your discipline strengthens. You begin to value your time differently, guard your focus more carefully, and take ownership of your schedule. This sense of control builds confidence. You stop feeling like time is slipping away and start feeling like you're directing it with purpose. It's an empowering shift, one that ripples into every area of life. Finally, the greatest benefit of all is meaningful progress. The 3-3-3 rule ensures that each day contributes to your long-term goals while still honoring your well-being. You no longer end the day wondering where your time went. Instead, you can look back and see clear, measurable progress. A few steps forward on your big project, a set of smaller tasks completed efficiently, and time invested in your own health and happiness. This sense of achievement fuels motivation and keeps you engaged with your own journey. In the end, the 3-3-3 rule is more than a time management system. It's a philosophy of balance, focus, and fulfillment. It teaches you that productivity doesn't mean doing more. It means doing what matters most and doing it well. By structuring your day with intention, you create a life where work, rest, and growth coexist in harmony. When you commit to this rhythm, you don't just get more done, you become more centered, more capable, and ultimately more alive. Don't let another day slip away. Apply the 3-3-3 rule right now and watch your productivity skyrocket. Hit follow for more high-performance strategies.